Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. On this episode, we're going to be doing an unboxing and a build-up of one of my Christmas gifts that I got. It's the Revell Porsche 911, the 3.2 version. So follow along with me and let me know what you think. Let's turn around and get into it. Okay, so first things first, here is the box. As I said, this is the Porsche 911 Carrera 3.2 Coupe. This isn't marked as to a model year, but from the research that I've done, I suspect this was somewhere between 1984 and 1994 model year. So this is the Revell kit. It is, as you can see, a level 4. It's 1/24th scale, and I'm not sure if this is the same exact kit that's boxed up from Revell of Germany. I suspect that it probably is. It's just in the more U.S. looking box with different box art on top of it. So you can see it's got the nice drawn box art there. On this side, we've got some more detailed pictures of the built-up model. This one on the box is silver with a pretty red interior. You can see that there. And again, on this side is just some specifics about the kit itself. They give us on the box, I think as is normal, sort of a coloring kit, but we'll be using our own colors and throwing those away. We'll go through what colors we use for each step as we get into the step. So the first thing to come out of the box is the kit. As you can see, this is molded in white plastic. We've got some really nice pre-drilled spaces for some of the body accessories, sort of nice, really good mounting points, it looks like, for the headlights as well. The kit looks like it's pretty good. There's a few mold lines here and there, nothing significant. I don't build contest models, I build shelf models, so that should do the trick for me. Next out of the box are some interior sprues. You can see we've got the front seats here, the console, and a right and a left-hand drive dashboard. We'll be doing the left-hand drive because we are doing the US spec model on this. I picked up some really nice detail up kits for this that I'll be showing you in a little bit elsewhere in this video. Here on this sprue, we've got the remainder of the interior. We've got the back seats here, we've got the steering wheel, a few engine parts, and the separator for the engine compartment. Again, all really nice, crisp looking moldings. I'm really excited for this kit. The parts are all molded super nice. You can see here we've got the 5-spoke kind of wheels, and I think what are some mirror parts there at the top. They look really nice. I don't see any flash on these wheels at all. Again, I think this is a new molding, so I wouldn't be surprised at that. On this sprue, we've got our engine parts. Again, this is the flat 6 engine. Brakes as well as some suspension parts. Looks really nice. I think it's going to detail up really well. And then last but not least, we've got some, at least in this pack, we've got some additional body parts. And I do want to point out on here, I don't know how well you can see it on the camera, the vent in the rear lid deck, rear deck lid is already opened. So it's molded, these louvers are molded open. You can see through them. Little tiny thing, but you don't normally see that on kits. And I think that is an absolutely fantastic feature and indicative of the quality of what we're going to be dealing with this one. On this sprue, we've got our chassis and some other body parts, it looks like. Mirrors and maybe some backs to the seats and some other odds and ends. Again, the detailing on this chassis, really nice. I'm really happy with the way this looks compared to the last kit I did. This is much more detailed, much more crisp, and looks like it's going to go together really easily. Then we have some more interior parts here, the rest of the interior tub, the door cards, and some other chassis parts. Here's the tires in the kit. We've got 4 of them here. You can see they're a nice soft black rubber, as is pretty much typical with any of the newer kits today. There's no sidewall detail on them. But again, there's no sidewall detail in the picture, so maybe that's the way that they come. And for our last bit of parts, we have the clear sprues. Again, these include all of the windows, all of the headlights and tail lights and marker lights. And I will point out to this kit, none of the clear pieces are molded in color. They are all clear, so we'll need to go ahead and paint up the marker lights and the tail lights red. But that is a minor inconvenience at best. Okay, we're going to start applying the 3D printed decals from Quinta Studios. And the first ones that we're going to start applying are the old school speakers for the back deck on the interior. So we've got the interior here. It's painted. It needs a little bit of manual touch-ups there that you can see. You can see on the back panel here, we sanded off the molded-in speakers, the molded-in speaker grills, and painted straight over those. So what we'll do is we'll cut these off of the decal sheet. According to the instruction, you dip them in a little hot water, or warm water, I should say, to release them from that decal paper. Now, they don't have decal adhesive on the back, so I'll need to have a little white glue ready. We'll touch that on the back of the 3D printed pieces, and we'll slide them right in place. So I'm going to put the phone down and do that, and we'll be right back. So as you can see, I've had a significant change in plans when it comes to the color of the 911 Carrera that we're building. I started off planning to paint this in a metallic silver from Scale Finishes. I was putting gray, the gray super primer on it. The super primer was fighting me. I was making all kinds of excuses for the super primer I had not being bad, not being bad, and the errors being chalked up to user error. So I ultimately wound up stripping all of the primer and all of the paint that I had put on the body in the first round, stripped it down to bare plastic, just using 91% rubbing alcohol, which actually was super easy to do, and took everything off down to the pure white plastic. I put some other white lacquer primer that I had sitting around from another company on the body. It went on like butter, and then I decided to use some Ford Rangoon Red that I had sitting around. Again, this is still from Scale Finishes. I really do like his paint. It just must have been a bad batch of primer, or maybe the primer went bad after sitting for a while. I don't know what the difference was. But like I say, I stripped it off, put the white primer on, which went on like butter. The Rangoon Red turned out really nice. Of course, that's a clear coat, base coat paint. So the original coat was a flat red, which looked kind of neat, and I have actually used on some other vehicles that I built. But because I wanted this one to look really nice, I topped it off with Cobra Colors 2K Clear, and this is a two-part clear and hardener set from Cobra Colors, which was really nice. Used hardly none of this to put this clear coat on, and you can see this is without any sanding or polishing or buffing. You know, there's some flaws in it, of course. There's a few dust specks here and there, but overall, my goodness, look at how shiny that is. So now that that's done, we can go ahead and get moving on finishing this body. One note beforehand, and many of you have probably already picked up on this, I made the mistake of trying to glue the side mirrors in place prior to painting, and as I was fighting the initial coat of primer and the silver, of course, they both broke off. So they are here on the work table. I'm going to reconnect those, but not until I'm completely finished installing this body. There you can see some of the dust flakes that are on the paint, but again, this isn't going to be a contest model. That's not what I do. And here we are with the finished product. This has been fully assembled and detailed out. You can see on here, I've done some detail painting along the bottom trim. Other reviewers have pointed out that this trim here on top of the bumper is a decal. Yes, in fact, it is a decal. I did have a little bit of trouble getting that to lay down. It's a little wrinkly. Probably could have used a little more decal softener on that. I really like the Porsche emblem on the hood there, as well as the license plates that came on the decal sheet. Some of the other details on the front end of the vehicle, of course, you can see the separate windshield wipers, as well as the clear headlamp glass and the fog lamps down at the bottom. Again, with this being what I'm sure is the Revell of Germany kit, I'm not surprised at all at the quality of these. I went ahead, as I said, and reattached the rear view mirrors. I just decided to paint those NATO black instead of trying to color match them. Probably not factory correct, but again, that's not really what I'm going for. You can see the wheels and the tires, and I did actually on this one, although it doesn't show up that well because they are tiny, I did make the attempt to scratch build some valve stems for the tires, just with some very thin plastic pipe that I had laying around, just to add a little bit of extra detail. You can also see on here the door handles, which are really nice. They sat right in place there. Gave me no fits whatsoever. A little bit of over paint on the trim there, but if that's the worst you can come into, that's great. You can see here I also used a little black wash to pick out the air vent on the back engine cover panel here, just to pick that out a little bit in terms of details. Because I built the US version, I included the big, huge bumpers, bumper guards, I should say, on there. So you can see this looks really nice, I think. I'm going to flip it over here, and we'll take a look at the undercarriage. So you can see the underneath of the engine there was all painted with Model Air paints, and then I used a little bit of spray colors for the callouts on some of the other engine compartment pieces. So you can see that, and as well as the gray base for the chassis, as well as some of the other flat black pieces for the chassis. Again, the detail on this kit, the engraved built-in detail, is really tremendous. Let's go ahead and look underneath the engine compartment. So we can see here the engine compartment, the detail in there, again, phenomenal. Lots of tiny little decals to go on the engine, lots of great opportunities for detail painting as well. So really, really happy with the way that turned out. All in all, I'm going to give this kit absolutely a 5 out of 5 for quality, fit, finish, and ease of construction. I think this was, without a doubt, one of the nicest kits that I've built in a long time. I hope you all have enjoyed this video, and like and subscribe for more content.